What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. Join us for the preview of Arsenal versus PSV in the second leg of the Champions League. Now listen, the comments have spoken. I've got to keep it short. They said, Cecil, let's keep it quick. It's 7-1 PSV. Don't even bother making the trip. Let's get into this. Actually, before we get into this, we've been running a competition. That was a good one though. You enjoyed that one. It's quick, short, snappy. Just be honest, be honest.
Listen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Well, listen, we've been running the competition over the past couple of weeks to get exclusive VIP tickets to Arsenal versus Chelsea through Forte, and Robbie caught up with the winner. So let's have a look how that went down.
Right, of course, we've been doing a competition with Forte where somebody's won a luxurious trip to go and watch Arsenal versus Chelsea. And I'm going to try now and ring the winner, right, and surprise him. Right, he doesn't even know who I am, or he doesn't know who's ringing, should I say. Let's see if he answers.
Hi, Neil speaking.
Hello, is this Neil?
It is.
Yeah, my name's Robbie from AFTV. How you doing?
Robbie! What are you saying, Robbie? You good? We
Yeah,
met
I'm
at the
good.
Tottenham game, yeah?
Sorry, say that again?
We met at the Tottenham away game.
We met at the Tottenham away game?
Yeah, we met then.
Oh, brilliant, man, brilliant. That was a positive result as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, right? I've got another positive result for you. This is why I'm ringing you, yeah? Because you know that competition, the Forte one for the VIP hospitality package, luxurious, you won it.
Oh, my days!
You've won it, man. You've won it. Congratulations. You're going to get complimentary drinks, beers, wine, soft drinks, whatever you want. You've got private lounge access, premium match tickets. You have won it. Arsenal versus Chelsea, and hopefully we battered them as well, right? But you've won it. You've won it. 2 tickets.
You know what? I'm lost for words, bruv. I'm lost for words.
No, well done, man. No, you know, and I'm pleased. After you said you was at Tottenham away, that means that you're a guy that goes to a lot of games, right? So I'm pleased that somebody like you's won it as well. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. I'll definitely call an AFTV afterwards.
Who you bringing?
Probably my son.
Your son? Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so you met him that day as well, by the way.
Yeah, well, listen, the package, it's worth over £1,500, this.
Wow.
Right, and so you've won it, man. They're yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man. You made my day.
No, brilliant, man, brilliant. I look forward to meeting you on the day as well. Let's come up.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's have a chat and everything. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have them exclusive premium tickets you'll have. I'll just be sitting, with the proper Arsenal, just, you know what I mean? But, you got the hospitality, you know what I mean? You might not even want to talk to me after that. Eating your prawn sandwiches and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But listen, enjoy the day, enjoy it with your son, and congratulations to you.
Bless, thank you, my bro.
All right, thank you, bro. And yeah, we'll get in contact with you and give you all the details.
Thanks, Robbie. Take care.
All right, courtesy of Forte, big up to Forte as well, who put on this competition, you know what I mean? So it was absolutely brilliant.
100.
All right, 100. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Bro. Take care,
bye.
And congratulations to the winner. I mean, again, I tried to enter. I didn't win, but big up. They're going to have a great time at the Arsenal versus Chelsea game. Boys, PSV versus Arsenal. This is a tough preview because we're 7-1 up. It feels like it's a dead rubber. It feels like we're already through. We will talk about who you guys want to see in the next stage and why, but let's stick to what we've got coming up first. PSV on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. kickoff. I want to start with, for you, Turkish, how do we go from 7-1 against PSV Champions League night and then literally pretty much the same team bar, one change against Man United, and it's 1-1? How does that happen?
That's a question for Mikel, if he doesn't run off.
That was a low blow, man, but
it's not a low blow. I mean, yeah, I'm just not impressed just overall with the performance against Man United. Arteta's reaction to it was very legitimate questions, over my dead body, and we would never give up, but 15 points behind now, I can't answer that question. You go from that PSV performance to United, and to be honest, United gave us enough space to work with, but we just weren't fluid enough. We just weren't quick enough in the transition. We just didn't get enough bodies in the box, and that is the key difference between PSV and United. Not that United were this almighty low block that we couldn't. They were a lower block than PSV, but there was still multiple times in that game. You look, the space is there. The midfield ball needs to go in quick to the winger, and it's just turn round, 7-8 man back, and then the move dies. Very reminiscent of the 2 games before PSV and pretty much of the season, with or without the injuries we've got up front. We've got problems in the transition, in my opinion, because of lack of quality. lack of technical quality. That's where it comes down to, technical quality.
Well, yeah, because the transition, I think, especially mainly against United, if I'm honest, we saw the back line misplace some passes into that midfield. When they're trying to get out, I was so disappointed with the quality, like you mentioned, but normally those players do kind of get those passes forward. The Partey is normally a bit better when they're doing the transition, the Salivas, the Gabriels, but
there's getting it forward to camp outside the opposition's box, and there's getting it forward to take advantage of, two man being in defence.
That's tactical, though.
And we very rarely have done that this season. Whereas you look a couple of years ago, and we was doing that no end. We wasn't really giving teams a chance to get back. Now I know we've come a long way since, and the season in between that season and this season yielded our closest title challenge in the Emirates era. But at the same time, the improvement or the lack of it this season is something that needs to be addressed. And we've got our midfield there, and the PSV performance from the midfield, if I'm just talking about the midfield, top performance. Moved the ball well, quick.
Those pockets,
they took advantage, but in and around that game, not good enough, and they're all there.
Okay, Laurie, same question then, before I come back to Turkish. How do we go from 7-1 to 1-1? I mean, I asked a lot of fans this yesterday when was over it in Old Trafford. Is it just because PSV played different, or is there more to it?
Both things can be true at the same time. I think first and foremost we should acknowledge that United were decent yesterday, and they're a better team than PSV. Let's be honest, they are. And the occasion was different, the energy was different. I think against PSV, you got a couple of early goals. That always helps. You know what I mean? And there was a couple of things that went our way in that match. For example, we could have had a sending off go against us. Could have had goals scored against us. We didn't. We rode that out. Played really well. Beat them comfortably. And where everyone's thinking, we're going to go into the United game and we're going to go and thrash them. Sport life doesn't always work that way. You know what I mean? Yesterday was a completely different occasion. I thought we do need to give United some credit. I thought they got their tactics right. They defended well. And listen, the Premier League and the Champions League is different. I mean, in the Premier League, we scored one goal in our last 3 games. That's probably not a coincidence, is it? There's things that we're not doing right.
Fair.
And when teams present us with a low block, there are certain things you can do to circumvent a low block. Quick ball, transitions, players on the half turn, shooting from outside the box, stuff like that. We weren't doing enough of that yesterday. Taking your chances, because we had a couple of really good chances in the first 15-20 minutes of that game against United. If we take them, that's a different game, but we didn't. All of a sudden, United starts growing confidence, and they score first. It's a completely different match. So
it's very interesting. You're right there. I mean, they had massive chances as well. But again, let me put the spotlight back onto the PSV game, and let me frame this question differently. Turkish, how do PSV approach this game? Because if it's down to style of play while we beat them 7-1, then if they come here and go all out attack, then really, if you're looking at it theoretically, we should pick them apart. Or do they look at how we struggle against teams and just sit back and then try and counter us? I don't think they're going to get more than, they're not going to get 6 or 7 goals from doing that. But if you were in their shoes as a manager, how are they going into this game?
Probably would have missed my flight if I was the manager. 7-1 down.
Okay, good. I feel like I was being arrogant with the intro for saying there's not point working the trip, but it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a hard answer to say go and score.
They just got to get some pride back. Put in a grittier performance than the last one, that's for sure. I disagree with Laurie. I think they are a better side than Man United, if I'm honest with you, especially now. But they're not a good side. I think they're both not good sides. I expect a better test from them. I think that goes without saying, the way we move to them. So, how do they approach it?
Do you really think that look at their players, look at United's? I know United are underperforming, but do you really think that PSV's players are better than United's?
I do. I think.
Do they have a Bruno? Do they have a...
It's the only player you can mention. Bruno's the only good player.
Sabari is a good midfielder for PSV. I'm not going to say Bruno's been productive in a much tougher league, but Sabari is a good midfielder. Lang's a good attacker.
No, they have some good
players.
That
Man United side we faced lacked a real quality attacker without Ahmad Ahmad.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously they're PSV, they're in the Champions League. United are struggling against Real Sociedad in the Europa League, but PSV have beaten also like some good sides of Juve. It's a good question. Who's better? Who's worse? Who's better? It's tough to say because we drew against United and we obviously slapped PSV. That's where I think a lot of fans will be confused on making that decision. But for you, Laurie, how does the manager approach this? How does he go into it?
Their manager? Like Turkish said, they're playing for pride. And sometimes pride can bring out the best in players because obviously the pressure's off in terms of them trying to go through. So they'll be coming here motivated to show people, look, we're not as bad as that game in the first leg was. You know what I mean? We are a decent side, and they're playing for the pride of not just PSV but their league, their country. You know what I mean? I would imagine. So they're probably going to turn up and put a shift in. So the trouble also going to have, and I know you're going to talk about this later, is what side to put out.
Right, of course.
I would imagine they're going to make wholesale changes.
Of course, well
and that might benefit PSV.
Of course, so that's going to be on the Predicted 11 video, so make sure you check out that. We're going to discuss who should start and who should play. And that leads me to this question, an awful question to really ask on a preview for this game, but do you really care about anything that happens in this game? And answer this question, look at the full picture. So if Sterling comes on and has a worldie, do you care about that going forward? I'm just giving an example. If, I don't know, we play an academy player up front in this, we try it in this, and he starts doing a madness, do you start saying, okay, going forward, we have to start playing this youngster? Do you care about this game at all? Could anything happen? Could PSV win 4-0 and you just think, we're still through, who cares? You say you do.
Yeah,
so what things do you care about in this game that could potentially happen?
You just hinted at it. The fact that there's players on the periphery of the team that are not getting minutes, and you mentioned Raheem Sterling, but it's not just him. There's guys like Kivior, there's guys like Zinchenko, there's guys like Tierney, although he came on for a few minutes yesterday.
So you care about that? So if they have a blinder, so I'm saying, do you care? Would you then be saying Arteta needs to somehow make them work in this team, or do you think they have one good game? When I say don't care, they have one game for this game, and so what? Like, we're not going to see them. I still want them sold. Nothing's going to change.
Test some people out, innit?
But
that's Predicted 11 stuff.
True, but from your opinion, you're saying test people out. What will change if they have a really good game? Would it change your opinion on them, though?
There's certain players that you need to test though, because there's certain things are not working as it is. So like Marino up top. I'll be honest, we've got to think of something different before Real Madrid or Atletico. Because Marino up top.
I agree with Turkish on that. Because to me, that experiment's done. I don't know why the manager keeps persisting with it. It's not really working out, is it? Okay, listen, he did very well against Leicester. He got the 2 goals. I'll give him much credit for that. But since then, let's be honest, man, it's not really clicked, has it? So how about looking at some different potential solutions to the problem against PSV? Okay, I know it's a dead rubber, but you owe it to the club, you owe it to the other guys. Now listen, football, Cecil, you played the game. It's not just about the first 11. You've got other guys there. You don't want to disaffect those players. So the game on Wednesday is an opportunity to give players who have not had much minutes, show faith in them, say, look, go out there, show me what you got. If you do well, I'm not saying you will be a starter for the game against Chelsea, but you will be in my thoughts. So it then becomes a pretty important game. And of course, we can stand here now and, we talk about our disappointments of yesterday, but no one wants to lose games of football, do they? The fans don't. They pay good money and they come here, pay a lot of money, they want to see the team win, and I'm the same, don't you? You don't want to rock up to a game and think, I don't care if we win, lose or draw, because I know that when it's all right saying that now, but come the game, you will not be feeling like that.
I'm battling with the question myself, because if we lose 1-0, I'll be honest, tomorrow on Wednesday, so I'll just forget about it. I'll just be like, we move on. But then, okay, if someone, the only thing, as I was asking and posing the question,
but not while you're in the stadium, you're not going to think, oh, you know what, if we lose today, nah.
No, that's different. I'm going to be in the studio, but I'm going to be in the studio tomorrow. If I paid my money to go and see it, of course, if we lose, I'll be vexed. But I'm going to be in the studio, and if we lose 1-0, of course, it's Arsenal losing. I'll be a bit frustrated, but I can move that emotion quite quickly on, if I'm being honest, because we're still the overall thing that we want to go happen is we go through, and we'll be through regardless. So
but you don't want to go through losing a game, though.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Cecil. It does matter.
It doesn't.
It'd be nice to see something different. That's the thing.
You're saying that now in the
honestly,
comfort of being 7-1 up, but trust me, if you come to this stadium, or even if you're at home as an Arsenal fan,
and we lose 1-0,
you're watching the team underperform and get beat, you're going to feel a way about that. I know I would.
I'll be honest.
I know I would.
The result, as long as you go through, to me, if it's 1-0, it doesn't matter. The change is the only thing. If I see a youngster playing that 9, this is when I was posing the question, and I was going through scenarios. If that happens and he has a worldie, then I will care, because I'm like, okay, that's a solution.
Or maybe you should rephrase the question. Would you care as much as in normal circumstances? Possibly not.
No, because everyone's.
But what I'm saying is, you're not going to want your team that you support to lose a game of football. It's just, in all the years I've been watching football, I've never ever said, yeah, I'm happy with the team losing. No,
No
you're
one said
not.
that. No one said that. I'm not going to be happy with us losing. If we lose 1-0, we end up going through ultimately.
You don't care.
You just move. I'll move on and be like, cool.
Yeah, of
job
course
done.
you're going to move on. But what I'm saying
Quite
is,
quickly, it's not
whilst
like-
you're watching the game, you don't have that attitude that if the team lose, I don't care.
Okay.
I would find it hard to reconcile with that. to be
Fair.
honest.
Right. Let's listen. We've done the crux of the game, and we spoke, I think, long enough on the game. If I'm honest, I don't think there's much threats from PSV that I'm too worried about when you've got a 7-1 lead. Listen, I like Bakayoko. I've mentioned it many a times, but listen, it's a big feat. It's a big feat for them to come back and knock us out now. So let's talk about what I suppose is the next thing and the obvious thing. I've seen your fan cam title, "Bring Me Real Madrid" or whatever it was. I didn't watch the fan cam, so I'm going off the caption. Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. We are getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but I think it's only right to. I can't help not do it. Who do you want out of the two in the next round if all things go
That's a good
well?
question, I think
And why as well?
It might be a style matchup. I love my boxing. They say styles make fights.
Correct.
So if we get Real Madrid, for example, I would imagine that they're not going to play a low block. They'd engage us higher up the pitch. That will possibly give us more opportunities for us to go after them. If we get Atleti, then they're more likely to play, if not a low block, they'll sit deeper and let Arsenal have the ball and invite us to break them down. And as we've seen in recent weeks, Cecil, we've not been very good at that. So,
Correct.
and then there's the glam factor attached. So, give me Real Madrid.
And it's funny, yeah. It's funny because everyone's saying this online. Real Madrid. And I'm probably be the same because of the style and all that. And if I'm honest, I'll be truthful, but I'm a bit biased. I want to go to New Bernabeu. I want the glamorous game. And that's kind of my.
But
edge into
style-wise,
Madrid.
we might have
No,
a chance
yes.
against them more
But
so than
people
Atleti.
say this, but I think people
Might.
forget they've got Vinny and Mbappe.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like these men could
Yeah.
batter us. And listen, no Arsenal fans wants to hear that, and of course we could be really good and resolute and be up for the challenge, up for the fight. But there is also that side of it where we could get absolutely dispatched.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now, right? And I'm going to bring in Turkish on this as well. If you look at Arsenal, right, what would you say is the strong point of Arsenal's team right now?
Well, yeah, you'd say it's hard. Well, it's tough. I was gonna say it's
It's tough.
Our defence, obviously.
Our defence.
Yeah,
So,
but against PSV, it felt like the midfield was doing really well. But yeah, it's our
no,
defence.
if you break it into three categories, attack, midfield
Yeah,
and
this is
defence,
our
I would
defence.
say that Arsenal, at the moment, our defence is functioning better than those other two.
Yeah.
So,
Attackers are existing in my opinion.
yeah, so, okay, they've got, some world-class players, Vinny Jr., Bellingham, and, the list goes on. But it just might be that if we catch them on an off night, we could maybe keep them to a clean sheet.
Why are you shaking your head? Do you want Real Madrid though?
Is that impossible, that we could keep them to a clean sheet? I don't think it
It's
is.
impossible. It's not worth talking about. Let's see.
What do you mean it's not worth talking
It's a
about?
dream. Talk about your other dreams. What did you want to be when you grew up? Astronaut?
I wanted to be here talking to you.
No, a clean sheet. I'll be honest,
then.
a clean sheet of Bernabeu is a big ask. I mean,
It
obviously it's
is,
two
but what
legs,
I'm saying-
but our defense. What you're saying, what you're posing.
No,
is
I'm saying
correct.
it.
Our defense is the strongest asset,
if you
but
analyse
it's also like.
if you analyse our team, look at the personnel, look at the way we're playing at the moment. What is the strong point of Arsenal's side at the moment?
But
the
it's Real
defence.
Madrid in the Champions League.
I know
at the
that,
Bernabeu.
but I'm just saying that gives us our best opportunity of getting something out of the tie. I'm not saying we're favourites. I'm not even saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that is where we are right now.
Okay.
It's definitely not attack, and it's definitely not midfield.
Okay.
But we do have some very good defenders. We have a very good goalkeeper.
Right,
On
well-
a given day, we might conceivably keep a clean sheet. That's what I'm saying.
Might.
Might.
A meteor might hit this world on any given day as well. Just so we get that in there. Because we're talking about, coulda, shoulda, wouldas and all of that. A meteor might come and just look. We might be seconds away from disaster. I don't know. It could happen. Clean sheet could happen. Which one's more likely? I don't know.
Let us know.
Let's find out.
Let us know in the comments below. Right, we're going to head back to the PSV game and get your score predictions. Before we do, I just picked out some stats. So let me just read them out. Arsenal's 7-1 victory in the first leg against PSV was the biggest ever away win in the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League. PSV haven't kept a clean sheet away from home in the UEFA Champions League since March 2016. Which is that's a mad stat. Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri is the youngest player in the Champions League history to score in consecutive appearances. That's mad. No player has ever scored 3 Champions League goals before their 18th birthday. Last one, only 2 Arsenal players have made more line-breaking passes in UEFA Champions League this season than David Raya, 48. Indeed, the Spaniard has broken the opposition's defensive line with a pass on 3 occasions, the joint most of any goalkeeper. also 3 for Manuel Neuer. Right, just wanted to give that information. Score predictions, let's start with Turkish.
2-1.
Right, okay.
I was going to go 2-1.
Oh.
Yeah. It seems a kind of safe thing to say, really.
Yeah,
2-1.
keep it
I
safe.
mean, yeah, 2-1.
I don't know why I act surprised, because now I'm thinking about it, probably 2-1. I mean, I don't know what changes he's going to make.
It just seems the obvious thing to say, to be honest. I don't know.
It could be 2-1 either way. We'll go with that. Everyone hates when I do that, but 2-1 either way. That is it for the preview to the PSV game this Wednesday here at the Emirates. Make sure you tune into that and tune into all the content coming your way from AFTV in build up to the game. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and like the video on the way out. I'll see you again soon. Take care, people.